transistor as an amplifier. Okay, so as you can see that this diagram I have kept it like that only because this diagram only we are going to use as an amplifier. So there is no change in the diagram, since in the last video we have seen that common emitter characteristic. So in this common emitter we have seen the input characteristics and the output characteristics. For that also I have already explained that this part, that is base part, it always works in forward bias. So therefore large current is going to flow from here, and this collector part is always in a reverse bias mode. So therefore the current over here as compared to this is less. Okay. So this is the diagram we have already seen of common emitter, and in this we are going to use NPN transistor. Before also and now also I am again repeating that this arrow part is called as what? Emitter. This part is called as what? Collector, and this T-shaped part is called as what? Base. Now emitter, which type of transistor is being used can be find out from this arrow. This arrow will tell you from where the current is going to flow. As you can see here, this arrow is going in this way, that is the current is always flowing in, yes, positive to negative. So therefore due to this emitter becomes negative as there is an outward arrow, and this base will become positive, that is P region, N region, and this collector is, yes, N region. So collector and emitter are doped in same type of semiconductor, but the doping proportion is different, and this is the, yes, P region in which, yes, you can see that this is P region, and therefore it is doped in P type of semiconductor. Now this is the diagram. So we have to study what? Amplifier. Transistor as an amplifier. Now let us see how this common emitter transistor can be used as this amplifier. So now in this amplifier means what? When you give input as a small input, if you give, then there is a large amplification of that small input, right? This is nothing but called as what? Amplifier. So as we know, if the base current, if there is a small change in, yes, input, then there is a change, there is a large change in output. Okay, so that means what? If IB current, the current through the base, if it changes, then there is a large change in the collector. That is, for example, already we have seen the reverse bias current, that is output current, output graph. It is in this way. This was for VB is equal to, yes, let us take 2 volt VBB. Then for different VBB, for example, if it is 4 volt, you can see that this is the current IC. You can see that if the voltage, the input is varied, okay, then there is a lot of change in the, yes, collector current, or you can say output current, or you can say in the output voltage. So according to this diagram, you can say that if there is a small change in input, then there is a large change in the output. Now in this diagram, you can see that this part is input and this part is, yes, output. So therefore in this you can attach a microphone. Okay, so here if you see, if I attach a microphone over here, then again I have to attach a capacitor. This is a capacitor over here. So this is the microphone which is going to be, yes, attached at the input side, and therefore when there is an input given to this part, then there is a change in the current. Okay, so there is a change in this base current, or you can say the holes, the majority carrier of the holes is being increased, and due to this, what is being happening? The collector current is also increasing, or you can say it is also changing with a large difference. So here we are going to attach a speaker so that we can know the amplification of the output voltage. So here we are going to attach a speaker, and again we are going to attach a capacitor over here. This is the speaker, from where you can see that yes, the amplification of the input voltage. So here we can write small change in input, yes, we get large change in output. That is, if input current is being changed, if IB is going to be, for example, 200, yes, microampere. If it is about 200 microampere, then output current you will get about 200 milliampere. So milliampere and microampere, you can see that. Thus, due to this, what is happening? Yes, the microampere, if you give the input as an in microampere, you will get the output in milliampere. So this is a big change, drastic change in the output current. So now, if you have understood that due to this, what is happening? The majority of the holes is being increased, and you add the collectors holes. That is, collector is doped with their negative region. That means what? Electrons are the majority carrier in the collector. Base is doped with P region. That is positive. That is, positive charges are the majority carrier here. So यहाँ से भी holes आ रहे हैं. So therefore, what is happening? Due to this, the IB is going to change, and if IB is going to change, there is a lot of change in, yes, collector current, and this large change at the output you can see in common emitter, that is NPN transistor. So that's why we are using common emitter, and the transistor is as NPN transistor. So this is what happening in, yes, amplification of that is transistor as an amplifier. So small change, and this small change is in sinusoidal form. That is, sinusoidal means what? This is the output. This is the output. And if you see at the input, this is the input. This is the input. And if you see this input in this and this part, that is at the output part, then you can see that there is a difference in this way. If this amplitude is 1, then you can say that this is about 10. That means there is a large change in the output. When you change, when there is a change, a small change in the input. So this is the sinusoidal wave which is given as an input to the base, and this is the output we get. So here you can see that this is a positive cycle and this is the negative cycle. So that means what? If there is a positive cycle first, okay, and the output, since this part is about the reverse bias, so therefore due to this reverse bias, reverse current is going to flow, and in the output you will get a phase difference of 180 degree. So that means what? The graph will start with the negative cycle, and therefore we have to see a small derivation in this. So let us see what is that. So in this you can see that at the input VBB is equal to VBE plus IB RI. Now what is this RI? RI is nothing but, yes, this. We can say that the input resistor which you are applying, let us say that this is RI. This is nothing but VBB, that is equal to VII. This VCC is equal to what? VO, that is output voltage. And this resistor which we are using at the collector will be RO, output resistor. Okay. So now VBB is nothing but what? VBB is equal to, yes, VI, that is output voltage. And this part, that is the voltage across VBE, is very small value. This is very small value. And therefore, this VBE can be neglected. become VI, which is equal to, this part will become 0. Therefore, you will get IB is equal to IB into RI. So, this is an input. This is an input equation. So, this is an input equation. Now, let us see the output equation so that we can get the, output, the voltage gain or voltage amplification. Now we have got VBB is equal to VI, that is it is nothing but what, input equation. Now in the same manner, you will get output as VCC is equal to VCE plus ICRO. Now this equation I am going to change. VCC is equal to VCE minus ICRO. Now why minus sign? I have shown you the diagram for input. That is, input is in this way, right? And output you will get in this way. Sorry, it will be of negative phase in this way. So when output you give as a positive cycle, then input you will get a first negative cycle and then you will get a positive cycle. So due to this negative cycle, you will get negative sign over there. Okay, that means the negative sign also indicates the reverse bias current. Okay, so VCC is equal to VCE minus RC, and into RO, IC into RO. Now here also we have kept VCE is equal to constant and VCC is equal to output voltage. So therefore this equation will become what? VCC will become VO, which is equal to, this term will become 0 and you will get minus IC RO. This is the output equation. This is the output equation. Okay. Now, taking the ratio of output to input, then what you will get? You will get VO upon VI is equal to, what is VO? It is minus IC RO divided by, over there VI is equal to what? IB into RI. Now, if you see, this part is called as what? Voltage gain or voltage amplification. This current part is called as what? It is the current gain, denoted by beta. AC means AC current, and this is denoted by AB. Now this resistor part is called as what? It is nothing but resistance ratio. This is called as what? Resistance ratio. So this is the part. Now let us find out the current gain. Let us write down, what is current gain. Now what is current gain? Current gain, that is beta AC. So beta AC is equal to delta IC. Here we are going to write, I forgot to write delta because there is a change in current. So therefore every time we have to write delta over here. So therefore it is delta IC divided by delta IB. Or we can define it as the current gain is the ratio of the current through the collector, the ratio of current through the collector to the ratio to the current through the base. So this is the current gain. If you want to write the current gain for DC voltage, then it is, since we know that DC is a fixed value, so this delta will not come, then it will be IC divided by IB. This is for DC current. Okay. Now from this you can write that delta IC is equal to beta AC into delta IB. This value we are going to need. Now let us see again. We have seen the current gain. Now we are going to see the voltage amplification, that is AV. What is the voltage amplification? It is VO upon VI, which is equal to minus delta IC RO divided by delta IB RI. Now here we have to put this value. So therefore we will get beta AC minus beta AC delta IB divided by this delta IB, and this is RO divided by RI. So delta delta gets cancelled and you will get minus beta AC RO RI. So this is the voltage amplification. This is called as what? Voltage amplification. Okay. Now the point is that if in this part is there any power gain? So the answer is yes. So we have to remove the power gain. So what is power gain? It is the current gain into the voltage amplification. So power is equal to, we know the power's normal formula is equal to what? I, that is I square into R. And what is I square into R? It is nothing but current into potential difference. Okay, so what is potential difference? It is nothing but voltage. So voltage is equal to what? IR. So therefore it is I square R. We know this formula. But in this case, what will be the formula for power gain? So power gain is equal to current gain into voltage amplification. Voltage amplification. So therefore what is current gain? It is beta. Yes. It is beta AC, right? Voltage gain is equal to what? Beta AC into, what is the voltage amplification? It is minus beta AC RO divided by RI. Now what is beta AC? Beta AC, it is beta AC square minus RO RI. But if you want to take the power in magnitude, this minus sign will not be considered. So this minus sign is not considered because we have considered power gain as AP, and this AP is nothing but we are considering the magnitude. So magnitude of power gain is equal to beta square AC RO upon RI. This is also the formula, this is also the formula, or in other words you can write this formula as AP is equal to beta AC into AV. AV is this, that we have put over here. Okay, so this can be also the formula, this can be also the formula. So any formula you can use as per your rules. Okay, so this is about the transistor as an amplifier.